I got a brand new 2021 BMW S1000RR here, and today I'm be installing the Brand Tuning mirror block offs. Usually these are very easy to install. You just kind of pull the mirrors out by getting these screws in the backing here, and the whole thing pulls out. There's an extra added element here, which is wrong side. These actually have turn signals built into them. Because there's turn signals, we're going to have to pull the electronics out for that as well, which is just a clip, but I'll show you exactly how to do this. All right, so the first step here is we're going to use a T25, and this is the star-shaped looking tool that we're going to be using here. So if I can even focus on it, just like that. And it's a T25, and we're just going to loosen up the windscreen basically. It should already be pretty loose, or it feels pretty loose because it has to be. So just pull all these out here, here, there, and there. Okay, so we got the screws pulled out here, and just keep in mind, the screws that go into the paint here do not have rubber washers. The screws that go into just the plain old rubber here have washers. So the two down there will have washers, two up the top will not have washers. Now it becomes the part of pulling this free. So we'll pull this free. We try to keep the rubber on there. Sometimes it just kind of falls out in there. All right, this came out nice and easy. All right, the whole thing just kind of comes out like that. Okay, now we're here, so this piece has to go. So this piece kind of pulls out from the top, pull it out, just like that, and there's a little clip at the bottom. Well, not a clip, but kind of a part that just kind of drags into a plastic piece there, and it kind of clips back in. So we'll pull that out and put that to the side. Okay, now we've exposed, these are actually the turn signals right here, one for each side. What I do is I take a little screwdriver, kind of pry it in there, and then pull up. Now, of course, I've already kind of loosened these a little bit. They just come out just like that. That's it, that easy. But you won't be able to do it with one finger. You'll have to put a screwdriver in there like that, and then pull up on the harness itself, and they'll slide right out. So now we've got the cords there. We don't have anything kind of holding the turn signal up or the mirror up after I pull these out. Because if I were to do this first and pull these out, then you just kind of be dangling on the bike, which is not very good for the paint so much. So basically just pull these four bolts out. What I do is I loosen both of these to the point where I can kind of one hand loosen the rest of it. Do that on both of them, and then when you're able to loosen it with both one hand, kind of just hold the mirror with one hand and loosen it with the other hand, and gently pull them out with the cord itself. All right, and I'm kind of holding this with my hip right now just so you guys can see what it looks like. So I'm gonna pull this out. Now the whole thing comes out. I'm just gonna fish that through, just like that. So you're gonna do that with both sides. All right, now that you pulled the mirrors out, it should look something like this. And what I'm gonna do real quick here is just kind of show the benefit of having these mirrors pulled off. So let me just go ahead and get this on here. Oops, let me actually restart this so it actually looks like it's on. That would help. All right, so I'm in grams right now. Let's put this in ounces. Okay, right there. So we're looking at 1.4 pounds, 20 ounces, 573 grams, 573 grams. All right, let's go ahead and put the block off on. This is how much weight we're saving here. 37 grams. 0.082 pounds. I mean, yeah, it's just very light, 1.3 ounces. So that's how much weight you're saving. Not only that, but of course, it's just gonna look better. I don't like having mirrors on my bike just because when I'm trying to split lanes, sometimes it gets real iffy when you have mirrors on. So now we're gonna install these. All right, so basically they come pre-screwed. There's already screws in them. So you can see they're directional, and there's a front lip here. Obviously gonna match that lip. So just kind of push that in there like that. Finagle it a little bit, and she's in. Now all we gotta do is put the screws into the backing of it, put them in pretty snugly. Okay, I've fastened them and secured them. You see it's very thin, low profile, matches the body. Matches it really nicely, nice billet piece. And these are Phillips, so I'd recommend having a short, like stubby Phillips that's a little bit thick to get into these ones. The hardware may change, the bolts may change, so this may be different, or as far as the fastening goes, may be different. And now that that's done, we gotta put on the windscreen, or put on this plate first, put on the windscreen. I'll show you the final product here. So now we're all done. You see what the final product looks like. It's pretty pretty sleek, nice and clean, gets rid of a lot of weight. Looks good. So we're gonna deal with one more issue here, because this is the 2020 with the lights on it now. And when we turn this thing on, we're gonna deal with a warning on the lights here. So it's gonna say like a fault. Fire up. And basically, well, hasn't done it yet. Try to turn the signal on. There we go. Now it's saying there's a faulty indicator. This is gonna happen. Okay, so we can get rid of this error here. Let me get out of this menu, go down. You have to go to Race Pro, which under settings, and go ahead and go under configuration, light warnings. So we're gonna get rid of light warnings and turn those off. And now, we turn the bike off and back on. Turn the signal on. Hold on, you can see it's fast blinking. No warning. Error lights are gone. And that's it.